The jury has begun deliberations in the trial of the three men accused of murdering Ahmaud Arbery. They have all pled not guilty, but they could face life in prison if they are convicted. Here are just some of the closing arguments made by the attorneys yesterday.
All three of these defendants made assumptions about what was going on that day, and they made their decision to attack Ahmaud Arbery in their driveways because he was a black man running down the street.
Travis in his interview told you, I was under shock, I was under stress, I don't know. If he had his hand on the gun, I think he did. I think he did. I think he had my shirt, I think he was punching me. Travis is in a state of disrepair. There is no question that Ahmaud's hands are on this gun.
Another interesting thing that Travis McMichael's defense lawyer brought up was that the idea that Ahmaud Arbery was a threat because he was armed, quote, with his fists, even though he had no weapon. This is just a disgrace. And I'm going to look at you, Tori, because you always defend the legal system. And I know that everybody has to have their fair share in court. But again, we have video here. We have a modern day lynching. And here we are having to re-traumatize that family while they also maligned Ahmaud Arbery's character over and over and over again, just so these guys can have a fair day in court?
Well, yeah, that's the sad part about it. Even if you're the worst human on earth, even if you're Adolf Hitler and you're taken into court, or Osama bin Laden, the Constitution allows you and says you get protected with a defense attorney. Do I think this defense attorney was racist? Blatantly. I'm going to show you a quick video of what she also said. This is Laura Hogue in her closing arguments, that people are so aghast, you could hear a gasp. And Wanda Cooper Jones, who is Ahmaud Arbery's mother, had to get up and leave. Take a look at this. A warning if you are sensitive to this kind of language. It's racial. Take a look.
In his khaki shorts with no socks to cover his long, dirty toenails.
That is a racist trope. That means black men who are seen as disorganized and messy and dirty. That is a blatantly racist statement. And to say he had fists, what they mean to say is he had black fists, and that is weaponized against Ahmaud Arbery. This whole thing is racial. Closing arguments, though, you're allowed to go really far and spread out, and that's up to the jury to decide if they feel like that went too far or not. We all can sit here and say it did, but that's allowed in a closing argument.
What are you thinking now?
I just, it made me think about this happened kind of right when the lockdowns were really in their full midst, and I was exercising a lot just to kill the time, and I got one of those weighted vests to go jogging in, and I remember I went to go put it on. First of all, it was way heavier than I thought it was going to be. I was like, what am I doing? But also I put it on, and my girl was like, you cannot go running down the street with that because you're going to look like you have on a suit, dynamite or whatever. Or somebody can say there's a black man running through the neighborhood with a bulletproof vest. So like all these things, it's like, that's what I always say. That's why black people live shorter amounts of time than anybody, because everything we do is dictated. Do I look like I'm stealing in the store? When I go jogging, do I look like I have a bulletproof vest on? All these things are constantly in our mind, and we can never just sit and be like, I went for a jog, I'm out of shape. You can never just have that conversation. It's different levels, and it weighs on your mind after a while.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that out.